Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your third bonus reading for the month of May. Your sign did win the monthly contest for April, and I decided to do something a little bit different for this one. Next week, I will release your money and finances career forecast, and that will carry you through into the end of May all the way through June. I'll do it for 4 weeks. Right now, we're going to do a bit of a fun one, though. What do people admire about you, specifically because you're a Scorpio? Using the Royal Gilded Tarot, I've done an off-screen pre-shuffle, so let's get the messages. What do people admire about Scorpios? I'm curious. I've never done a spread like this. You may also notice I have a little bit of a different background going on. I'm painting my entire house, and the dining room's a mess, and I'm not clearing off the dining room table just for 1 or 2 videos. Sorry, guys. You get to see my living room and my ladybug blanket over here. It's actually a poncho. My couch pillow, and my partially painted living room as well. But at least I have a coffee table that is free and clear. Let's get a few more messages. This might not be a very long reading. We'll see what comes out. You do have 2 cards that are 3s. So you may want to look up what the angel number of 3 means, what resonates to you personally. Now, we did just have the 21st of May, which was a 21-21-21 type day. And when you add those together, for anything in numerology, whenever you have 2 numbers like a 21, in order to get your numerology for that particular day, meaning type thing, you want to break it down into a single digit. So what you do is you just keep adding all of the numbers together until you get a single digit. So with 21, you add the 2 and the 1, which means you get a 3. So we did have a 3-3-3 energy, which talks about growth, luck, and expansion. Somebody, Scorpios, Ace of Cups. Your cups are going to be full. So you may have, because this is what do people admire about Scorpio, you may have an admirer coming in. Okay. Okay, I think that is good enough. What do people admire about you? Off the bottom of the deck, your loyalty, your commitment, and your abundance of it, and that you're willing to be patient and nurture things. Even if you're wanting to move a little bit faster, or they are wanting to move a little bit faster than you're comfortable with, there could be new sparks flying too with this particular card. It's the Page of Wands. Now that's off the bottom of the deck. That is what is kind of influencing what people like about you. So there's a lot of stability, and people get a little bit creative around you. They like your stability. They are drawn in by it. They're captivated, and they get a little bit lustful when they're around you. Not a bad thing if that is a relationship that you are looking for. Another reason why commitment is big here, we've got the Hierophant card of Taurus, oddly enough, but it does talk about discipline and commitment. And Scorpios, you can be very disciplined, and you are definitely very committed. And when that commitment is not returned, you do end up with a bit of a broken heart. And when you get that broken heart, oh boy, it's not good for the other half of that. You stay in that brokenhearted energy for a very long time, but commitment is definitely your strong suit. And when you get that broken heart, when that commitment isn't there or it gets broken or your trust is broken, um, you have a tendency to hermit. You go within and you shut yourself off. And that's not necessarily the best way of doing things, but I do know from my own experiences, even though I'm not a Scorpio, that can be the best way to heal or deal with a broken heart. So don't be afraid to put up those boundaries and say, hey, whoa, I need time. Now, you you have a tendency to be drawn into conflict, whether it's your conflict or not. I wouldn't necessarily say this is an admirable trait, but you will end a fight. You aren't necessarily the one who's starting it, but you'll put an end to it. And that is something to admire. Up next, we have the Page of Cups. This is something that people admire. It's your youthfulness. You have kind of a joy of life, a joie de vivre around you. And that's why people like you, Scorpio. There's that youthful cup full. It's a little bit creative. It goes well with the Page of Wands in terms of creativity, but with the Page of Cups, there is intuition as well because it is water and you are a water sign. But you are actually a, a very deep emotional person. Um, but you do have an air around you that people get drawn in because when things are good, people just get drawn into that youthful, playful side of you when you are willing to show it. Now, the Three of Pentacles means you're willing to work and you're willing to work with other people. You do like to take charge. You do like leadership. Some might say a little bit bossy, but let's be honest, that's more Aries. That's not you, Scorpio, to be bossy, but you are a great co-worker with the Three of Wands. And whatever it is that you are working with other people right now, if you're working on a specific goal with other people, particularly if there's three on your team, I'm feeling good positive energy that way. Now you do have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. You don't like to juggle. So when it comes to juggling anything, whether it be people, attention, finances, you like things very steady. You don't like to juggle. People are very much drawn into that as well because they view you as having a strong sense of stability. You have the Six of Swords here, and the Six of Swords is movement. You're willing to move, you're willing to move forward, particularly if things have been rocky, and you're willing to pack up your swords, pack up your boat, pack up your shit, and be out of there in order to have more calmness, more stability. Now, this particular card, even though it is swords and it talks about things going on in your mind, it is also very watery imagery. And this talks about intuition as well. So there's more intuition coming out, and people do admire the fact that you go with your gut and you use that intuition. Now, remember that Ace of Cups? Well, the card that's on the bottom of the deck looking at me is the Fool. Those of you, if you're in a committed relationship, there may be a new spark or something that helps you to feel like your cups are full and like it's new and fresh and light again. For those of you not committed, there's a potential for in the next 4 weeks, and I'm going to say a very strong potential for something or someone. Now, because the Ace of Cups is something new, a new message, a new person, a new situation that is going to come in, and your cups are going to be overflowing with good vibes. Now, here's the one thing that might be a little bit sketchy for you. So you're going to have to take a bit of a leap of faith and trust that this is going to end up being something a little bit more, and take that leap of faith into something new. And once your trust has been earned, taking that leap of faith for you Scorpios, you hesitate. You still hesitate even once they've got your trust. But these two cards are indicating something new that you're going to have to potentially get out of your comfort zone and take that leap of faith. And knowing your level of discomfort in taking that leap into the unknown, into something new, even though that's not where you're comfortable, people will admire you for doing it. Try not, I'm just looking at some of the cards on the bottom of the deck. Nope, there's death card, that's your card. People admire the fact that you can get back up and transform your life into something that you've been hoping for, wishing and dreaming. You may not be feeling quite up to the challenge, that you do have the skills, but you do. You've got the skills and knowledge. Use your intuition and your knowledge. Here's more intuition. I'm surprised the moon card hasn't made an appearance. But you do have a very strong intuition, and people are so super jealous of it. They wish they had it. You have a tendency to worry a lot because you're worried of exposing any wounds. You're also very worried about having those wounds. And once you get a wound, it does take you a long time to heal. But with the wounded warrior, you do get back up. And it may be because you're on the defensive, but you don't necessarily have to be on the defensive. So taking a leap of faith into something new, blind trust, leading into something that is going to have your cups overflowed. You're not necessarily, going to be feeling like you're juggling. So there's your leap of faith into something new. Fill your cups, moving into much calmer water where you're no longer juggling, worried about it, or worried about a third party. This indicates work relationships going well. People admire your youthful joyfulness, your ability to end conflicts, to go within and heal, your commitment, sparks of creativity, willing to nurture and work on something, not only for abundance, but again, it's all about commitment for you. And people admire your commitment to whatever it is that fills your heart. So I am going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed it, Scorpio, and I'll talk to you next week.